Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Sheena Cantor here, just in case you didn't know. So, how to solve your problems and find peace. Here's one thing you really need to understand is that we cannot solve problems with the same level of thinking that God is there. So, here's your mind for you. We've got a problem. So, here's how your mind literally tricks you as well. So, say you decided to, have a go on a diet. And then, you see a chocolate cake and your mind's going, "Oh, go on. Sure, just go on. Just have a little bite. It's okay. It's okay." And then you have a bite of it. And then your mind beats you up afterwards. The guilt and shame that comes from that, you set yourself up, you fell for it, and now you're experiencing the guilt and shame that you're not even good enough. You couldn't even stay off a bun or whatever. Isn't that amazing? Now, here's the other thing. Let's just wake up to this, is that if you're asking a question, you clearly don't know the answer, because if you knew the answer, you wouldn't be asking the question. So why do you think and 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 think, trying to find the answer? Don't worry, we've all been there. You drive yourself mad. You go to bed thinking about the problem. You wake up thinking about the problem, and it goes on and on and on, and it never goes away. Now, here's the thing. Here's the trick. You see, your left brain, it is only your experience and your knowledge. That's it. That's all it can bring you. Now, your right brain, it can bring you anything. But most of the time, we're in beta brain waves, which means we're chirp, 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 busy, 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 think, 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 gotta do, gotta do, gotta do. And so your left brain is in complete control. And guess what? That's the past. It's just, well, it's not just the past, it is the past. Your right brain prefers a bit more alpha, a bit more like chilled out. If you want to do a bit of meditation. But what do? We do a bit of meditation for half an hour and then we go, right, that's it, done, and I'm off again. And you go right back to beta. And no, the idea of slowing down is so that you learn to slow down during the day, so that you're training yourself to go, my ideas pop up in alpha. My ideas pop up when I'm not thinking about anything. So what happens, what tricks us into thinking that we get the answers and we've got a solution to our problem, is because we think and think and think about it, and then we get the solution. Well, we're thinking. And you see, if we keep solving problems with the thinking that God is the problems in the first place, we'll end up with a problem. It just keeps reoccurring. I mean, I don't know, you've seen this in different things in your life, maybe in relationships, maybe with money, maybe with work. It's the same thing. I mean, different event, different situation, but blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing that keeps happening. It's a pattern. So if you think your way out of a problem, you're just actually keeping yourself in the same place. It's like you're just going round and round and round in circles, finding different answers for the same thing and having the same thing repeat itself over and over. What you want to do is literally just switch off from it. Stop thinking. In the Bible, it says, I come when ye think not. Your goal will come when ye think not. Your answer to your problems when ye think not. But what questions are you asking? Are you making statements like, this is never going to work? Well, it always happens this way. This is just the way my life is. This is my life story. Are you making statements, or are you asking a question and then allowing the answer to come? Bit scary. What do you wait? Half an hour? The answer didn't come. I come when ye think not. The quality of your questions will determine the quality of your life, said Tony Robbins. It really is true. What questions are you asking? Make you think. And how often are you quiet? Or how often are you filling your mind with more knowledge, more knowledge? Yes, we're doing Bob Proctor's program, and we just keep filling it, filling it, filling it, filling it with more and more knowledge, or reading another book, or listening to another audio, or even having guided meditations, just constant information. We're looking at Facebook, we're doing our work, we're talking to people. Where's the where's the quiet time for the answers to rise? When you can start to practice just being quiet and asking the right question. Guess what the right question is to yourself? I bet you don't even know that one. What do you think that is? When you're in the midst of a problem, what do you think the one question that will break state? Because energy and motion will just carry on in motion. So you keep thinking, it'll just like keep going, 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 going until maybe you fall asleep. You broke state then. But then perhaps you woke up again and the cycle continued. And when you're not even thinking of the problem, your body's in such a reactive state. It's like, oh, clearly there's a problem. You haven't been thinking about it for a while. Let me bring it back to you because you clearly love it so much. What do you think the one question is? Answers on a postcard to Sheena Qatar. What do you want? Yeah. What do you want? Isn't that what Bob Proctor always said? What do you want? Chances are you don't even know. You're just in a problem, discussing the problem, and really there's no way out of the problem because you don't actually know what you want. You never made a decision. And in the non-making of a decision is a decision to remain in the problem or to be the answers of everybody else, which isn't your answer. So when you're in the midst of all that trial and tribulation, just stop and ask yourself, what do I want? In the midst of somebody else talking about the problems, just stop and just go, well, what do you want? Well, I want him or I want them. And I want, no, 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 no. What do you want? Generally, it comes down to how do you want to feel? Do you want to be right or sad? Do you want to be happy or sad? Do you want to be at peace or angry? Sometimes it comes down to that. And so if you're in the midst of a problem and keep talking about it, and I ask you, what do you want? And then you continue to talk about it, then I know that you're deciding that you want to be angry. Now, there's nothing wrong with that it's serving a purpose. I don't know what purpose it is. It's your purpose. You can keep being angry all you want. There's nothing wrong with it. Not judging the anger, just is. I can see the story. And the anger's serving you, and the depression's serving you, and the menopause is serving you, and the arguments are serving you, and everything's serving you. But if you want to stop that cycle, then stop and ask yourself, what do I want? What is really important to me right now? You know, for me, when I asked that question, to me, it was peace of mind. I didn't care less. I got to the point where I didn't care less what was happening in the world. I just wanted some peace. No matter what. Goal, no goal. I just didn't care. I just wanted the peace. Now, I've had people who've come and studied thinking into results with me, and they've been at therapy for 10, 20, 30 years. And within 2 months, they've stopped the therapy. What's the point in talking about your problems? It's the past. And it continues this vibration of problem. But you need to get to know, you need to get to know why. There was a guy had been to see, a psychotherapist for 20 years, couldn't get to the root of his bedwetting. Then he found out why. It didn't stop his bedwetting. Ask yourself, what do you want? If you focus on what you don't want, you just get more. The universe goes, oh, you love that because you keep talking about it. Wow, I'm going to give you more. And you think that The people maybe you're talking about, well, it's not my problem, it's their problem. You can stop that right now. That's just passing the buck. You're the one feeling it. You're the one with the problem. You're the one feeling it. Yes, but they, yes, but that. Stop it. I won't let you talk like that when you come and study with me. You will be taking 100% responsibility for how you feel. Not because somebody did this, not because of that. That's just excuses. If you want excuses, have them. There's no problem. I'll just carry on smiling. And I'll just keep saying to you, what do you want? Eventually you'll get down to, I just want peace. Then when we get to that, then we can say, well, what do you want? Well, I don't want that to ever happen again. Okay, that's good. That's the next step. But what do you want? Well, I want this to happen and that to happen. And I want to feel good about this and I want to feel good about that. And we go, and how does that feel? Well, it feels good. Well, can you see that in your imagination? Can you see what that would look like? Ah, perhaps that's what you want to focus on then. And when you go to bed at night, that you focus on that. And when you get up in the morning, you focus on that. But your body's in such a habit of doing the other that it'll kick off and it'll all start again. But you've got to keep bringing your mind back to what you want and feeling it and living the day in it. This takes training. If everyone could do this, my goodness. That's why people stay with me for 6 months or more. So you start to walk this path of brain training. So you really understand what it takes. Because if you can't stabilize yourself, your world won't be stable. So you want to stabilize you first. Then your world will be stable. Then you know what you want. Then the world will conform because you're certain. It's not the certain things you do, it's the things you do in a certain way. The spirit in which you do it with. If you're doing it with lack in getting, you'll receive lack in people taking things from you. If you do this in pure joy and love and peace, then you will receive that back. And so your goals won't be so important anymore. But guess what? They'll come. So if you don't want any more problems, stop talking about them. And then there's no problem. Funny that. I'm not knocking, or not validating or invalidating anything you've been through. I've heard quite a bit. I'm 53 years old. I've seen quite a bit and I've heard quite a bit. There's nothing that's insurmountable. Thing is, and the trick is to know who you are. And you're bigger than your problems. You think your problems are bigger than you. You're a victim to your problems. You are so much bigger than that. And that's why I can sit with a smile on my face and send you love and joy and peace no matter what you say to me. I refuse to see anything but your greatness because I know who you are. If you're ready, really seriously ready, you can have a free call with me. But don't come on just for a chat. If your way isn't working, you want to do thinking into results. You want to study it with me as well. We've got so much more than thinking into results. You have no idea when you come into this program. But something's resonating with you. If you're still watching this, something's resonating. You know this. And I want you to go and find the money and decide that you've got the money before you even get on a call. Because this is happening. This is happening. It's time If you're still here watching this, you know I'm talking to you. I want you to have love, peace, and joy. And whatever result you decide is worthy of you. You're worthy ideal. Have the most awesome day. Book a call if you're serious.